All right, let's take a look. I'm going to answer a question to a post thread that's up on the board from Alex, AG10. Hey, Alex, down in Tampa. How you guys doing? Alex is an inexperienced operator. He has no experience opening, operating, or running a bar or nightclub, and he's looking at opening up a semi-nice lounge bar kind of operation with probably with a DJ. Alex has been bouncing things off me for the last couple months, and one of my biggest pieces of advice to Alex is that in order to make up and compensate for his lack thereof experience, that his location is really what's going to be key for him. Alex needs to go into a location that really is going to be able to help carry his lack of experience and allow him the time to develop and learn the ropes. Even with hiring a good manager, we've seen in a lot of situations that even people who bring on consultants or qualified managers, a lot of times, you know, the owners tend to take over and they still want to run things. They still want to call the shots and be the big boss. And a lot of times this is, you know, it'll hinder the business until they realize they need to trust the consultant that they're working with or trust their management. And instead of kind of going with their whole experience of, since I go to bars, I know how to run a bar, which is it's completely a flawed philosophy, okay? He had a couple questions in here, and as I was reading through his thread, Club Design came in with a good thing on basically how to help you figure out your occupancy. And this is something I talked to Alex about. And Club Design is right on 15 square feet per person with more of a dining occupancy, 7 square feet per person with more of a club or bar occupancy, with a dance floor, which would be a designated dance floor, or a concert hall. You can get down to 3, anywhere from 5 to 3. Different cities have different zoning for all of these regulations, and you'll find that you're going to have to deal with different fire issues with the fire departments. Based on the denser occupancy loads. It's something you always want to look into, talking to both the city and the fire department. 1988, Scott, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Talk to you. Read your threads. Boy, your threads got a lot smaller. They used to be like books. You know, you were so right. People a lot of times with no experience get in and get way over their head. I mean, I've watched it. I'm watching it here in Portland, and I don't know what to say. You know, people just got to learn the hard way a lot of times. And, you know, I hope Alex is really geared up. And one thing Alex needs to probably think about is overcompensating on the financing to allow the bar to float for a longer period of time while his learning curve adjusts. Okay? All right, everybody, have a good night. Later. All right, one other thing. Alex had a question on a P&L that they were trying to put together. And Alex has come to me a few times for a P&L, and I have put together P&Ls for a couple different business plans or bars or other projects that I've worked on. And right now, I've got to tell you what, right now, a P&L is really a joke. I mean, there's nothing. You can't, especially for a new venue like this, where there's no history with the operator, there's no experience, there's no proven venue. I mean, you really you're taking a shot in the dark. So to put together a P&L based on what? You're basing it on nothing. There's nothing there. Maybe if it was an existing business, you could put a P&L together. Maybe if there was other existing businesses that were of the exact concept and size and format that were in the area, you could go ahead and put maybe a P&L based on their numbers if they were willing to give those up to you. But for the better part of the last few years, I really have stopped doing P&Ls. And if somebody asks me for a P&L, then you know what, there's no reason for them to be even an investor, because if you don't trust me to operate a bar, run a bar, build a bar, then it's pretty much, you know, you are not meant to be in this game. You're not meant to be an investor. You know, so right now, Alex, you know, what you guys need to try to put together is some good money people who are going to believe in you and believe in the concept and the location. And if they believe in all of those, then the numbers are going to come. And you can't just reach out there and pull numbers out of a hat. And what's going to happen when you don't hit those numbers? You're going to have some pretty upset investors. You know, what happens when your investors start to get upset? They're going to start pressuring you, and if they need their money back or they want their money back, they're going to start to panic. Things are going to get ugly, and then things are going to get legal, and that's the last thing anybody wants. So the best thing for you guys to do is go out there and just kind of say, hey, you know what, either you believe in this project or you don't. Here's the concept, here's the venue, here's our ideas. All right, and we're going to do the best to make the most amount of money as possible. And if someone believes in you, they're going to give you the money that you guys need to make your dream happen. All right? Later.